My late night thoughts are getting the best of me. And I think what better than to speak them out loud and figure some things out, because I think a lot of people my age, end of your teens, early 20s, you're not really sure what you want to do in life, figuring it out. And unless you were given some God given talent or handed a career down from a young age, it can be very puzzling to figure things out. But what better time to do that? It's a part of your life which is necessary, so you can appreciate that. Once you discover what that is, you pursue it and you make something of it. So no matter where I am, no matter how stuck I may feel at sometimes, I know that this is all part of the journey, and I really try to embrace it, as puzzling and confusing as these thoughts and self doubts can be at times. You know, a lot of people think that the key to happiness and the key to life is having money. And yes, money's great. I mean, you can do so much with it. You have access and freedom as a result of that. But you see time after time that even when people get money in their life, that yeah, they can buy a bunch of things, but they're still not quite satisfied. They're not quite happy, because at the end of the day, I think the things that bring a person true happiness is connection, whether that be through what they do for work, what they provide in this world, a relationship, a meaningful relationship, a partner to grow with, recreate, have children, and push everything that you've learned in life onto and grow. And I think, a lot of people, and especially a lot of people my age nowadays, are focused on such superficial things that they never take the time to just deep dive into themselves and figure out what they truly want out of life. And I think it's really hard sometimes for people to even, they don't even give themselves a chance to think about themselves, to like just take a moment and ask themselves like what's going on in their head, because and figure yourself out a little bit, because we constantly have input. We're constantly on our phones scrolling, watching YouTube videos. We do our schoolwork, we do any type of work on our computers, watching TV. Our favorite sport is streaming. Like, it's constant, bro. Our screen times are crazy, and I'm a victim of this too, man. And it's wild because the times that I get off my phone and I just chill and I go for a walk with my dog and I don't do anything, I don't listen to music, nothing. It's like I magically start coming up with things and I start really seeing things for what they are. And because of the things that I choose to, consume, it's like it's taking me away from what really matters. And of course, you have to be like, you can be conscious with what you consume, and that can drastically change the impact that it has on you. And I found that as I have become more conscious, it definitely helps. But, it's hard to just mindlessly watch a YouTube video and just to get your mind off things because you don't know what to do with yourself. It's always going to be easier to watch something that doesn't really provide anything to you because you're just kind of passively existing. It doesn't take much from you to do that. Whereas if you're watching, something per se instructional or educational, you have to take some effort to want to learn something. You have to set some time aside. You have to really stop what you're doing, maybe take out a notepad to actually recognize what is being put in front of you. Otherwise, it's just another thing of noise. And that's the problem for most of us. It's constant noise, and we have no silence in our life. And that's why our minds are so chaotic. So it's kind of what I've gotten, and I'm happy to be able to recognize these things because I feel like so many people, especially my age, are lost. And it's not like I have everything fully figured out, but I feel like I can recognize that I can see things a little differently, and it's hard to relate to people sometimes, my age and do kind of stuff that I do, but it's okay. I have my group of friends that are like-minded to me and do want to pursue something bigger out of life and do want to, I can't speak English. It's late, I'm sorry. Pardon me for not being able to speak straight, but I'm trying here. This is better than nothing, right? Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing is that you're trying to do something, and a lot of us feel lost. We're not sure what we want to do, and obviously, like, we want to make money, we want to have freedom, and some people don't even know where to start. And I kind of asked myself a couple things on this process of figuring out like what's going to be my big money maker and what's going to allow me to have the life that I want. And I think back to things that would really make me happy in life, and that would be providing something, some sort of value to other people. I have a couple of ideas of how that be, and I don't think I want to particularly share that. Other than YouTube, I think YouTube is like my creative expression to find other people that are like-minded to me and help people in that regard. But I think it's better sometimes to just shush and do your thing and let the actions do the speaking. Next thing is obviously like having a quality relationship with somebody and all of that. And I think that comes with, at this point in my life, I can recognize that will likely come farther down the road once I've started to grasp what I'm truly doing with my life, or whenever God thinks it's right to put that person in front of me, but I'm certainly not chasing it. And third is, what is the third thing? I guess being more focused on the present than everything in front of you. And it's so easy to get caught up on that. But as long as you can live in the present, that it doesn't matter what you have or what's happened, you have control to be happy right now, even if everything may not be the way you think it should be. That's just how the journey is going. And the beautiful thing is that if there's something you are unhappy with in your life, you have the complete control to do whatever you want with your life. I strongly think that everybody has a willpower, and not willpower, the will to force actions and change their life. Problem is that most people can't even recognize that, or they don't even think about what changes they can make to make their life better because they're so overstimulated. It's like their brains literally are numb, barely work. It's scary, man. This technology, like social media and all of that, it can be so powerful, it can be so beautiful for people to spread messages and connect, but it's also like majority of it is just mind numbing because the way we're wired, it's so easy for us to consume. But as soon as you grow conscious of what power you hold in your hand, what you're capable of doing with this phone, instead of it being in control of you, you can be in control of it. I don't know, man. This is just kind of just another yap session. I really like these. I feel like I'd be having some interesting thoughts, and I figures something along what I would talked about is some sort of value. So I think it's funny to also look back at these and just appreciate that I can think some of this stuff. But really, bro, if you ever feel overwhelmed, like, get off the phone, get some fresh air. If you got a pet, take him for a walk. If you don't, go for a walk. Don't always seek some sort of connection with people. Like, enjoy time with yourself, because those moments that you spend with yourself, you grow the most. I used to seek doing things with friends and someone constantly, like getting on the game, playing with somebody, going out with a friend. But like I've genuinely found comfort in just like being at the crib sometimes, reading a book, doing self-love activities. And yeah, man, I think it helps a lot, and also bringing you closer to your purpose if you haven't found it yet. I'm gonna do some more trading stuff tomorrow because it's been a roller coaster with that stuff, but I just wanted to keep it on the more day-to-day life stuff. And yeah, bro, I hope you're doing well. If you're watching this, everything is gonna work out just fine. You're exactly where you need to be in life right now. And don't don't go against God's plan. I'll tell you that much. Know that He's putting you in the situation that you're in right now for a reason, and you can either choose to victimize yourself and constantly ask like why is this happening to me, or you can say, well, why is this happening to me? Like, try to make something of it, try to grow out of it. And every time you have a growth mindset around things, and you try to see how you can come out better out of every situation that you encounter, you're going to see how drastically, how fast things can change in your life, because it's all a matter of perspective, and it's all a matter of what you make out of every situation in your life. So it's all in your hands. Appreciate you guys if you made it to the end of this video. I don't know how I'm gonna manage to make this engaging. It's literally just a like 12-minute yap session, but I love you guys. Thank you and peace.